Robert Muschamp was just hired by the Chargers to be their quality control coach, and at the time of making this video, we don't know for sure whether he's going to be on offense or defense. I'm assuming that he's going to be on defense, and we'll get into that later on in this video. But right now, let me pull up all this information about him so we can find out if this is a good hire or not. And while I do that, make sure to like and subscribe to this video if you are enjoying the content. And now, Robert Muschamp. He is the nephew of Bill Muschamp, who was a longtime defensive coach and head coach at Florida and South Carolina. If you follow college football, you know the name Will Muschamp. But Robert Muschamp was a three-star linebacker coming out of high school and then a walk-on at Auburn. And he played fullback for his first 3 seasons there. And then in his senior season, he transitioned to become a tight end and earned himself a scholarship at Auburn. And by the way, for his time there in college, he was mainly just a special teams contributor. Didn't really have a bunch of time playing on offense. So then in 2019, rather than trying to pursue a playing career in the NFL, he opted to coach as a graduate assistant at Tennessee under Jeremy Pruitt for 2 seasons. And then in 2021, he moved on to Georgia as an analyst and was there until just now, being hired by the Chargers as their quality control coach. Now, I think this is a good hire. One, because of the namesake. He's obviously a coach's son, and he won 2 national championships at Georgia. He's literally 2 for 2 there. In his only 2 years there, the University of Georgia has won the national championship. This guy's a good luck charm. We're going to win the Super Bowl next year. And also, this could be a little hint at who the Chargers are looking at in college football right now for the draft. I mean, look at the Georgia players right now. I know a lot of you guys like Darnell Washington, Nolan Smith, the edge defender, Kelee Ringo, Broderick Jones. There are some really good players coming out of Georgia right now, and Brandon Staley has already drafted from that Georgia well in these past 2 drafts, like Trey McKitty, Mark Webb, Jamari Sawyer was a Georgia player. But not only that, Brandon Staley already has a strong connection to Kirby Smart, the University of Georgia head coach. So that's why I think that Robert Muschamp is going to be the defensive quality control coach, because to me this feels like a Staley hire. If this was an offensive quality control coach, I would imagine that it would be more of a Kellen Moore kind of hire rather than one of Staley's guys. I don't think he would intrude on what Kellen Moore wants to do on offense, at least right now. And also, that Georgia defense was so dominant, and this was a guy who was a defensive player in high school. His uncle was obviously a very good defensive mind, defensive coordinator and head coach for many, many years in college football. Like I said, both of them were on the Georgia staff this past 2 years, and they won the national championship the past 2 years. Your nephew and your uncle, both on the Georgia staff, winning natties. I really like this hire. This is a young coach. He's going to get experience. He's getting his opportunity with the Chargers, and that is what Brandon Staley is all about. Lifting these guys up that he thinks are bright football minds and giving them the opportunity in the NFL. Let me know what you guys think as Chargers fans, whether you think this is a good hire or not. I'm all on board with it. Obviously, we don't have a ton of information right now, but I don't think there is anything negative to say about this guy other than the fact that he really didn't play in college, but it seems as though he wanted to be a head coach anyways because he majored in education during his time at Auburn. So now it's probably time to look at some of these Georgia players coming into the draft this year, because this is a pretty good sign to me that the Chargers are going to draft at least 1 player from Georgia. Let me know who you guys want from Georgia. I think I already know you're going to say Darnell Washington. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this content, and I will see you guys next time.